Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Final examination presentation video presented by Parvez Ahmad Chandio, batch number 2K19 LBBA 61. Subject oral communication, supervised by Sir Sartaj Ahmad Sangi. So my topics are communication process, the 6 steps of speech preparation, verbal communication and styles in speech. Topic number 1, what is the communication process? As we all know, the communication process refers to a series of actions or steps taken in order to successfully communicate. And so important, communication is fundamental to the existence and survival of humans as well as to an organization. It is a process of creating and sharing ideas, information, views, facts, and feelings among the people to reach a common understanding. Communication is the key to directing functions of management. It involves several components such as the sender of the communication, the actual message being sent, the encoding of the message, the receiver, and the decoding of the message. These all processes and steps are very necessary for the communication process, because without these processes, a communication cannot be done. There are also various channels in communication, and they occur and they are carried out through. This refers to the way a message is sent. This can be through various mediums such as voice, audio, video, writing, email, fax, or body language. The overall goal of the communication process is to present an individual or party with information and have them understand it. The sender must choose the most appropriate medium in order for the communication process to have worked successfully. The communication is a two-way process wherein the message is the forms of ideas, thoughts, feelings, opinions is transmitted between two or more persons with the intent of creating a shared and mutual understanding. Simply an act of conveying intended information and understanding from one person to another is called an communication. The term communication is derived from the Latin word communis, which means to share. Effective communication is when the message conveyed by the sender is understood by the receiver is exactly what same way as it was intended. The communication is a dynamic process that begins with the conceptualizing of ideas by the sender, who then transmits the message through a channel to the receiver, who in turn give the feedback in the form of some message or signal within the given time frame. Thus, there are many elements in a communication process, as I told you previously. The first step is sender. The sender or the communicator is the person who initiates the conversation. The second is encoding. The sender begins with the encoding process, wherein he uses certain words or non-verbal methods such as symbols, signs, and etc. The third step is decoding. Here the receiver interprets the sender's message and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. An effective communication occurs when if the receiver understands the message in exactly the same way as it was intended by the sender. And my second topic is the 6 steps of speech preparation. The first step is to develop the purpose. Now, what is to develop the purpose? The general purpose of any subject will be either to inform, motivate, pursue, or entertain your audience. As soon as you know the general purpose of your speech, you can develop your specific purpose statement. What we are trying to accomplish the people, our specific purpose statement is used to develop our speech. And now the second step, analyze the audience, ongoing, formal and informal. Now what is analyze the audience? Audience analysis involves identifying the audience and adapting a speech to their interests, level of understanding, attitudes and beliefs. Taking an audience-centered approach is important because a speaker's effectiveness will be improved if the presentation is created and delivered in an appropriate manner. Identifying the audience through extensive research is often difficult because so audience adaptation often relies on the healthy use of imagination. As with many valuable tools, audience analysis can be used to access adapting a speech to an audience is not the same thing as simply telling an audience what they want to hear. Audience analysis does not mean grand understanding or not knowing is to a public. Rather, adaptation guides the stylistic and content choices a speaker makes for a presentation. Audience adaptation often involves walking a very fine line between over adapting and under adapting. What is investigating the subject? Studying the subject of the speech and developing creative ideas is very necessary in order to get a favorable response from the audience. For that purpose, we can use multiple mediums like books, newspapers, internet, and other sources of information can also be used, because if we do not know the subject of our speech, then we cannot develop a good response from the audience. Now, what is structure the message? It means to organize the message with reasonable genre. Without proper meaning and structure, speech will not get good feedback from the audience. So it is very important to structure the message, because without message we cannot convey our speech to the audience. So we have to be very careful while structuring the message. Now we have to convert the message for oral interpretation. This is the last and the most important step of speech preparation. Because without this step we cannot complete our speech preparation, because we have to verbally convey our message. Now, what is oral interpretation? Oral interpretation is the skill of reading aloud to convey an author's message. Oral interpretation is primary in oral performance. Oral interpretation is not memorized, but performers are very familiar with their literature. And now my second topic is verbal communication. Now, what is verbal communication? Verbal communication is the use of words to share information with other people. It can therefore include both spoken and written communication. Verbal communication, it means describe any type of interaction that makes us of spoken words. Verbal communication takes place when spoken words are used to Verbal communication takes place when spoken words are used to transfer information and understanding from one person to another person. The verbal element of communication is all about the words that you choose and how they are heard and interpreted. Now, verbal communication is about both written and spoken. In general, we can say verbal communication refers to our use of words, while nonverbal communication refers to communication that occurs through means of other than words, such as body language, gestures, eye movement, silence. Effective verbal communication skills, including more than just talking, because verbal communication encompasses both how you deliver message and how you receive them. Now, here are some types of verbal communication. Number one is intrapersonal communication. Now, what is intrapersonal communication? An intrapersonal communication or speech centers on one person, where the speakers act both as the sender and the receiver of the message. The second type of verbal communication is interpersonal communication. An interpersonal communication is a special form of unmediated human communication that occurs when we interact simultaneously with another person and attempt to mutually influence each other, usually for the purpose of managing relationships. The third type of verbal communication is small group communication. Now, what is small group communication? It means communication among a small number of people who share a common purpose or goal. who feel connected to each other and who coordinate their behavior is called small group communication. The fourth and the last type of verbal communication is public communication. A public communication happens when individuals and groups engage in dialogue in the public sphere in order to deliver a message to a specific audience. Public speaking events, newspaper, editorials, and billboard advertisements are a few forms of public communication. My another topic is styles in speech. The first one is frozen style. Now defining the frozen style, this is a style for declamation and for print. The listener or reader is not allowed to question or interfere between the speech or between the communication. Frozen style is also known as fixed style. It is the most formal communicative style that is often used in respectful situations or formal ceremony or formal speech. The second style of speech is formal style. In composition, formal style is a broad term for speech or writing marked by an impersonal, objective, and precise use of language. A formal prose style is typically used in orations, scholarly books and articles, technical reports, research papers, and legal documents. The fourth style is consultative. The third style is consultative style. This is a normal style for speaking to strangers or persons who are neither acquaintances nor friends or relatives. For example, the two defining features of these styles are the speaker supplies background information, he does not assume that he will be understood without it, and the listener participate continuously. My fourth style of speech is casual style. What is casual style? Casual style speech is a way of talking that we want to use with the people that are very close to us, and there are different words, phrases, and ways of speaking that we can use with our friends, our family members, or with the people who are similar ago social status and personally to us. In casual style, we use informal language, slangs, and vulgarities, and colloquialism are normal. This is a group language. One must be a member to engage in this register. Example: buddies, chats, emails, blogs, letters to friends. The fifth style, intimate style. Uh, I can define it like this style is used in conversations between people who are very close and know each other quite well because of having maximum of shared background information. It is characterized by an economy of words with a high incidence of significant non-verbal communication such as gesture, facial expressions, eye contact, and so on. There is free and easy participation of both the speaker and listener and is far more elliptical. Some more examples are like a couple talking about their future plans, like married couples, family sharing togetherly their ideas, very close friends sharing their secret ideas, and etc. are some examples of intimate style. So this was my video presentation for the final examination BBA 2K19, and thank you so much, and special thanks to Sir Sartaj Hemant Sanghi. Khuda Hafiz.